Welcome to the Hensley English Podcast. Natural fluency for the real world.
Hello, this is the Hensley English Podcast. If you're learning English, you're in exactly the right place. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hensley English. Definitely hit that like button and share this with your friends.
Today, we've got a fantastic explainer for you. We're going to look at exactly how to properly introduce yourself in English. It's an absolutely crucial skill to have.
Right. So here's our agenda for today's explainer. First, greetings. Second, introducing yourself.
Third, introducing others. Fourth, keeping the conversation going. And finally, number 5, a quick summary.
Okay, let's dive right into part 1, formal versus informal greetings. So before you can share your name, you actually have to say hello.
If you're at work or maybe at a university, we use formal greetings. And it's pretty neat. The time of day tells us exactly what to say.
It sure does. If it's before 12 p.m., you'd say good morning. Between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m., we switch to good afternoon.
And then if it's after 5 p.m., we say good evening. So always check the clock when you want to sound polite and professional.
Now, here's a spot where a lot of learners get tripped up. The phrase good night.
Well, good night is actually never used to say hello.
Exactly. That's a huge tip. We only say good night when we are saying goodbye at the very end of the day, or, when we're literally going to sleep. So never use it as a greeting when you walk into a room.
Okay, so we just talked about the formal stuff, like good morning. But what about when you're with friends or family or hanging out at a party?
That's when we use informal greetings. Yeah, in those relaxed situations, you can just say hi, hello, or hey.
It's super easy. You can even say, how's it going? Which is just a really casual, natural way to ask, how are you?
Moving right along to part 2, introducing yourself deeply.
Excellent. So you know how to say hello, but a really great introduction needs just a little bit more than just your name. To build a complete self-introduction, we use 4 simple building blocks.
Step 1 is your greeting. Step 2 is your name.
Step 3 is your origin, which is basically the country or city you're from. And step 4 is your job and your age. Get these 4 down and you're golden.
Let's look at Andrew here. He's at work, so he needs to be polite and formal. He says, "Good morning. Let me introduce myself. My name is Andrew."
But then we have Max. Max is at the park with his friends, so he just says, "Hey, I'm Max." Both ways are absolutely perfect. They're just used in totally different situations.
We are officially halfway through our explainer today, and you are doing a fantastic job. Really quick reminder though, if you're enjoying this, please subscribe to @Hensley English and be sure to like right now so we can keep making these lessons for you.
All right, let's read a really nice informal dialogue. Andrew says, "Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm 28 years old."
See? And Max answers, "Hello, Andrew. My name is Max. I am 28 years old too." Very simple, very friendly.
Now, wait just a second. There was a super important English grammar rule hiding in there about age.
Always use the verb to be when talking about our age.
Yes, absolutely crucial. You must say, I am 28 years old. You never, ever use the verb to have for your age. So please don't say, I have 28 years. Always remember, I am.
Okay, Let's move right into part 3, introducing others. So you know how to introduce yourself, but what if you want to connect two people who have literally never met before?
The language completely changes here. For a formal workplace introduction, say with your manager, it's very polite to say, "I would like to introduce you to my colleague, Andrew."
But if you're in an informal situation, like you're just introducing a buddy at a party, you casually say, "This is my friend Max." Let's zoom in on that informal phrase for a second.
When we introduce a third person for the very first time in English, we always say, "This is."
Right, like this is Max. Please avoid saying he is my friend Max in that exact first moment. This is the required, perfectly natural phrase you want to use there.
And of course, after someone introduces you, you've got to reply, right? The polite, formal response is "pleased to meet you." If you meet a new boss, say this.
And the friendly, informal response is just "nice to meet you." It's warm, it's simple, and it's absolutely perfect for making new friends.
Awesome. Now for part 4, keeping the conversation going.
Okay, picture this. You've said hello, you've shared your basic details, but you really don't want to just stand there staring in silence, right?
Exactly. A lot of learners feel pretty nervous here and wonder, how do you keep the conversation from stopping? What on earth do I say next?
Well, the secret is actually super simple. You ask questions. Follow-up questions are a real game changer. They show you're genuinely interested in the other person.
You can ask, "Where are you from?" Or you could ask, "What do you do?" Which, by the way, simply means, "What is your job?"
And my personal favorites, the easiest ones. "And you?" or "What about you?" Those are great because they just bounce the conversation right back to your new friend.
Let's see this happen in a real conversation. Max says, "I am a doctor. Where are you from?" And Andrew answers,
"I am from Canada. And you?"
Max replies, "I am from Australia."
Do you feel that natural rhythm? The conversation just bounces back and forth so easily.
All right, here we are at part 5, summary. You've learned so much today, so let's lock it all in.
First, always decide if your situation is formal, like at work, or informal, like hanging out with friends. That tells you exactly which greeting to pick.
Second, when introducing yourself, give your greeting, your name, your origin, your job, and your age. And please remember that golden rule. I am 28, not I have 28.
And finally, always throw in a follow-up question, like, "And you?" to show you're interested and to keep the whole thing moving.
We are so proud of you for completing this lesson. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with everyone you know who is learning English.
Absolutely. We'd love to invite you to explore all of our other videos to truly master English.
And hey, don't forget, the Hensley English podcast is also available on YouTube Music, so you can keep learning wherever you go.
So keep practicing those new introductions. Think about it. What will your very first real-world English conversation be about?
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We can't wait to see what you say.
See you next time.